if I got to take a big man and I have to start a team and build it around him, it'll be Joel Embiid for me.
I really struggle to feel super excited about this MVP.
When you look at the list of league MVPs over history, historically speaking, he would be the worst one we've had.
The Denver Nuggets are 2022-23 NBA champions, and Jokic seals his legacy. The Denver Nuggets have climbed to the top of the NBA mountain, claiming the 2022-23 championship hand. Leading the charge was none other than Nikola Jokic, who was crowned Finals MVP, once nicknamed the Joker. Jokic has now proven without a doubt that he's no laughing matter. He's one of basketball's all-time greats. This victory fills in the last missing piece on Jokic's already impressive resume. He's now not only a two-time league MVP, but also a champion, silencing critics who once questioned his playoff prowess before the finals began. Not everyone believed Jokic had what it took to carry his team to the ultimate prize. Despite his MVP wins, the Nuggets had underwhelming playoff runs, falling in the conference semifinals in 2020-21 and exiting in the first round the following year. That left some, including ESPN's Zach Lowe, questioning if Jokic could lead Denver to postseason glory. Sure, everyone knew about Jokic's eye-popping stats, but playing alongside Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., many thought he'd improve. Individually, while the team still wouldn't be a top threat in the West, expectations were modest. MVP votes, people said, would be harder to come by without Denver topping the standings. Well, Jokic and the Nuggets shattered those doubts. They ended the regular season as the #1 seed in the Western Conference. And even though Jokic didn't take home a third straight MVP title, he delivered something bigger, a championship. The 2022-23 season will be remembered not just for the Nuggets' dominance, but for Jokic's final transformation from statistical marvel to proven winner. One big reason Nikola Jokic didn't walk away with his third consecutive MVP this season. Many felt that his dominance on paper didn't quite match what they saw on the court. Despite leading in several advanced metrics, Jokic faced criticism from those who believed his style of play was more about chasing stats than impacting winning. His opponents in the MVP race, especially fans of Joel Embiid, were vocal about it. Among the most outspoken was NBA analyst Mike O'Connor. He argued that Embiid clearly deserved the 2002-23 MVP title, pointing to the Sixers' stars scoring crown, elite defense, and stronger overall narrative. Joel Embiid led the league in scoring, locked down on defense, and helped his team to a better record, O'Connor said. He shouldn't lose MVP to someone just because their VORP is higher. The media's obsession with complicated stats that few can even explain is ridiculous. He went as far as to call it an embarrassment, claiming that no other sport would hand out its top individual award based so heavily on analytics. While Jokic absolutely earned his place in the MVP conversation, critics like O'Connor believed it was the numbers more than the narrative that tilted the scale in his favor. Joel Embiid may have taken home the 2022-23 regular season MVP award, seemingly validating analysts like Mike O'Connor who championed his case. But when the lights shone brightest in the playoffs, it was Nikola Jokic who truly rose to the occasion, leading the Denver Nuggets to their first ever NBA championship. Meanwhile, Embiid and the 76ers bowed out of the postseason in disappointing fashion. Jokic's postseason dominance flipped the narrative entirely. He didn't just silence doubters, he left no doubt about who the best player was when it mattered most. Even former NBA star DeMarcus Cousins, who was once among the league's top big men, had voiced concerns about Jokic potentially winning 3 MVPs in a row. Appearing on the KG Certified podcast, Cousins shared that such an achievement would put Jokic in historic company alongside legends like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Larry Bird. "I'm not okay with 3 MVPs in a row," Cousins said. That puts him in a conversation of, is this the greatest player ever? And I think we can all agree he's not there. Not yet. Cousins emphasized that while Jokic has immense talent, he hadn't won anything big at the time of the MVP debate. Not a finals appearance, not a ring. To him, a three-peat MVP would have vaulted Jokic above centers like Shaquille O'Neal's, something he felt was premature. But with a finals MVP and a championship now under his belt, Jokic may have just changed that conversation for good. Even with Jokic's rise to NBA champion and finals MVP, some feel it's too soon to place him among the all-time greats. The idea of him winning 3 straight MVPs sparked debate, especially when it came to his legacy. NBA veteran DeMarcus Cousins summed it up best. Are we really ready to say Jokic is the greatest big man ever, or even the best player to ever touch a basketball? I'm not comfortable with that. With legends like Tim Duncan and Wilt Chamberlain still looming large in the history books, many believe Jokic has more to prove this by how far he's already come. After the 2022-23 playoffs, it might be time to circle back and ask DeMarcus Cousins how he feels now. Jokic didn't just put up numbers, he led his team all the way to a championship, proving he's not only one of the best centers ever, but also one of the greatest players of this generation. Of course, in the world of hot takes, there's always someone with a surprising opinion. Enter Patrick Beverley, a player, never shy about saying exactly what's on his mind, no matter how controversial it sounds. On the Pat Bev pod, he was asked point blank, "You've played with Karl Anthony Towns, against Joel Embiid, and against Nikola Jokic, who's the best big man?" His answer, "Y'all not gonna like this. It's Kat." Beverley went on to say that in terms of offensive skill, he'd put Karl Anthony Towns at the top, even ahead of Embiid and Jokic. When it comes to gifted scorers, it's Kat and James Harden. I got Kat at number 1. An interesting take. Sure, but after Jokic's historic playoff run, few would agree with Pat Bev on this one. Patrick Beverley's hot take didn't age well. After claiming Karl Anthony Towns was the best big man in the league, reality quickly set in. Towns helped Minnesota squeak into the playoffs as the 8th seed, only to be handled in 5 games by Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. In that first-round matchup, Jokic outclassed Towns in every major stat, scoring, rebounding, assists, you name it. The gap was clear, and the series made one thing obvious: Jokic is on a different level. Hopefully, Pat Bev had a change of heart after watching the series unfold, but the wild takes didn't stop there. Longtime TV personality and professional provocateur Skip Bayless chimed in during the Nuggets series against the Lakers. Jokic hit a string of incredible off-balance shots that helped eliminate LA and push Denver closer to the title. While most fans and analysts praised Jokic's skill and clutch shot-making, Skip went the other way, calling him the luckiest player in the world and mocking his performance by saying, "Joker was one big tub of Crisco." At this point, it's probably best to let that take slide. Jokic's greatness is proving too real for even the loudest critics to deny. Jimmy Butler, one of the NBA's fiercest competitors, became Nikola Jokic's top rival during the 2023 NBA Finals. But their history actually goes back years to the 2016 Olympics. During a game between Team USA and Serbia, Jokic accidentally caught Butler in the face with an elbow while setting a screen. It wasn't intentional, and Butler knew that, but he still joked about it years later. "I still owe him," Butler said. "He busted my lip in the Olympics. Caught me with one of those chicken wings. It's cool, but I don't forget. Messed up my swag can't take no pictures. The honeys won't even look at me." It was all in good fun, but in the end, Jimmy never got his revenge. The Heat fell to the Nuggets in 5 games, and Jokic walked away not just with the win but with Finals MVP honors. So for now, the scoreboard reads, Jokic 1, Jimmy 0. Kendrick Perkins, known for his outspoken style as an NBA analyst, stirred serious backlash over comments he made about Nikola Jokic during the 2022-23 MVP race. Perkins suggested that racial bias played a role in MVP voting, pointing out that since 1990, only 3 MVPs, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jokic, weren't top 10 scorers in their respective seasons. What do those guys have in common? He asked, letting the implication hang. The remark was widely criticized both for its racial undertone and its dismissal of Jokic's undeniable impact and all-around brilliance. Jokic's dominance throughout the season, and especially in the playoffs, made it clear, MVP or not, he was the best player on the court, to his credit. Perkins eventually acknowledged his mistake. "I've been in denial about Jokic and the Nuggets," he admitted, "but I must say they are legit. Carry the hell on." Perkins later offered full praise for the Nuggets star, even calling him the most skilled center to ever touch the damn basketball. He also pointed a finger at himself and the sports media industry, saying they've failed to give Jokic the spotlight he deserves. "We should be doing a better job marketing him," Perkins said. "He should have been on national TV more. We shouldn't have to wait until the NBA Finals to finally appreciate Jokic. Sometimes it takes a championship run to change minds, and Jokic's run did exactly that." Joel Embiid stands among the NBA's elite centers, sharing that spotlight with Nikola Jokic. Despite winning the 2022-23 regular season MVP, Embiid's legacy has faced challenges, not just from competition on the court, but from his outspoken comments off it throughout the past few seasons. Embiid has openly questioned the MVP criteria, which often seem to change depending on the year. "The first year, they said, I didn't play enough games," he explained. "Last year, I came back, played enough, led the league in scoring and, obviously Jokic, deserved it because he won it. But he won it as a 6th seed in the West. This season, Embiid again led the league in scoring and excelled defensively, feeling he should have earned an all-defensive team nod. Yet once more, the award slipped away, adding fuel to the fire. Embiid criticized the growing reliance on analytics in MVP discussions. "You can talk all you want about analytics," he said, "but when the eye test tells you someone isn't a good defender, but the numbers say they are, that doesn't make sense." Ultimately, Embiid acknowledged he doesn't control the criteria and that the award reflects people's preferences more than anything else. His frustration struck a chord with many fans and analysts, showing just how complicated and subjective MVP voting can be. Joel Embiid may have claimed the 2022-23 MVP, but it was Nikola Jokic who delivered when it mattered, leading the Nuggets to a championship and winning. Finals MVP. Critics have long questioned Jokic's defense. Stats show he struggles against layups, as noted by analyst Kirk Goldsberry. Still, in the playoffs, Jokic stepped up defensively and proved he could impact both ends of the court. For years, some hesitated to call Jokic one of the greatest due to his lack of postseason success, but that changed with this title run. He led the No. 1 seed in the West to a dominant playoff performance and cemented his place in NBA history. At just 28, Jokic is still entering his prime, and if he stays focused, the best may still be ahead. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic, 2022-23 NBA champions.